And then I was the first day that I was here in Berlin. I was just sitting somewhere in a cafe, watching the buildings, just enjoying the moment. And I said like, oh my god, I would love to wake up every day in one of those windows, you know.
Hey.
And it was like, boom, this click. And I said, oh my goodness, I have everything in Mexico. I had one company for I was working with the catering, with the chef stuff. It was going super, super, super good, really, really good. I had very, very good. I mean, I was getting a lot of money also. So the same day that I took my flight to Europe, I got a job offer, and they were waiting for me. This company, they were waiting for me because I said, okay.
Yeah. Hey everyone. On today's episode of the Tulip Podcast, we had on the incredible Eloy Rojas, who was born in Venezuela but currently lives in Germany. He is a dance performer as well as a choreographer. He also runs his own dance school in Germany, man. This episode, we talk about his childhood in Venezuela, what got him into dancing, into salsa dancing, his beginner stage in salsa dancing, what it's like to run a dance studio. This episode was so awesome. I learned so much from Mr. Eloy, man. Let's just hop right into it.
Hey, all right. So I am now on the line with a Mr. Eloy Rojas. Uh,
Hi.
hey, and so if I'm not mistaken, you were born in Venezuela, but you currently live in Berlin, Germany. Is that correct?
Yes,
Eh,
exactly.
Yeah. So you are a professional dancer,
Yes.
choreographer, and a teacher.
Yes.
You started, I guess you started dancing with ballroom, ballet, contemporary, lyrical, Latin, Afro, Latin, and Caribbean rhythms. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, I have done many things in my life.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
yeah.
Okay, shut up. And I guess yeah, you started professionally dancing back in 2008. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, man, that's
Yes.
awesome. You got quite the background.
Yeah, the thing is, in Venezuela, everybody dances, but not everybody is doing it professionally, because it's not like a profession in Venezuela, you know. So
Right,
it is, but it's very difficult always. So many people do it, but just as a hobby. But in
right,
one
right.
moment, it's like you're there, you know, you're a professional. Yeah.
Hey, I'm curious, man. I've never, I've never been to Venezuela, man. So tell me, what was it like growing up in Venezuela?
For me, now that I am outside and I can watch a little bit back, for me, I can say that it was an amazing experience. I was living it, and now it's, oh my god, my childhood. And when I was living it, it was just awesome, because it's very relaxed. There is music everywhere, nice people. The weather is perfect, of course, because
Hey.
it's always warm. Not
Ah,
like here in Germany, but I enjoy anyway. So yeah, it was awesome experience. Now I can say that I am not living there anymore. I say
yeah,
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's awesome, dude.
yeah,
I would love to visit, man. I'm
yeah.
um
Of course.
I'm curious, man. Tell me about your childhood, though. What was your childhood like, man?
My childhood, I was always in between the city and the beach. So I was living between the city and the beach because I had
Where
parents also. Uh
where did
huh.
you live at? I'm sorry. Where did you live at in Venezuela?
In Caracas. In
Caracas.
Caracas.
Okay,
I am
okay.
from a neighborhood in Caracas, which is called Pinto Salinas. But I had family in the beach, so I was always switching. I was always in front of the beach. Yeah,
And I'm curious, how you said music was always playing. How important was, I guess music in your household in your childhood?
every day because my father, he's musician. He plays bass.
Oh.
Yes, and my mother, she used to sing sometimes with my father. And when she was young, she was a dancer, like a traditional dances, not professionally, but in the school, the high school, she was always
Uh-huh.
dancing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
So
what are
it,
what are some of, I guess, what are the traditional dances in Venezuela? Is it what is it?
there is something that is called tambor. We have many, many, many things. We have the traditional music, the typical one. like the our folklore.
If
Yeah, I think
folk
it's
folk music, folk. Yeah, yeah, I get you.
yeah. It's amazing because it's a mix of many different cultures there. So we have like the slaves plus the European culture plus
Uh,
our Indians. So it was a mix, and it's very very nice. It's very nice.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, man. What I guess what genres of music did you grow up listening to? Was it like salsa, cumbia, or like old bachata? What genres of music did you listen to?
Everything.
Everything.
Yes, everything.
Okay.
Yes, everything.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
sure enough. And so I'm curious, man, what was it like? What was it like growing up, with a father, a musician as a father, man? What was that like?
Wow. Now I again saying the same. I can say that it was amazing because I was always surrounded by musicians, by music, and now he's with me in Germany
Awesome.
here, and so, yeah, now I talked with him about it, and I told him, yeah, I was always when he was with the musicians, they were training for the performances and stuff. So it was amazing because it was always music, always surrounded by nice people, people having fun, of course, because people who works in art, most of them are having fun while
Exactly.
working.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was always like this, and always parties at my place.
yeah.
Weekends, always I had parties,
Yeah.
but it was just part of the life. It was not like, okay, let's make a party. No, no, no. It was always part of the everyday life.
Okay, that's awesome, man. That's so
Yeah,
different than like
yeah,
what I'm used to, man. That sounds like amazing though, man.
yeah. Yeah,
Did you
yeah, it is.
and so I'm curious, man, did you I guess you grew up dancing, right?
Yes, yes.
And so I guess what did you start dancing with? Do you remember like what were your parents teaching you, or what were you seeing being danced in Venezuela?
My mother, my father, because I remember when I was very young, I was always sitting somewhere or playing with my cousins, but I was always watching at them. They were dancing with this passion, with this nice energy that now I can understand much better, of course. And I say, oh my God, I would they are like my biggest example of how is dancing with passion. So
Ah,
it's very nice. Of course, my mom and my father, they were my first teachers
uh-huh.
who told me, okay, now move the feet, now like this, now like this. But it was always but not like with the structure. It was like dance like this, feel this, feel this.
Uh-huh.
It
It
was
wasn't it
nice.
wasn't like it wasn't like being taught in like a class or a school, right?
They I no never. I
Right, right,
started
right.
when I was in the school, um, 2008 properly.
Mm,
2008, I started taking
yeah.
classes.
But
Yeah, yeah.
I guess when you're that long, you're pretty much just imitating what you're seeing, though, right? That's how you learned it. That's how you picked it up.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, sure. No, I definitely understand that, man.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And so you're growing up in Venezuela and everything, man. And I guess what happens as you get older, man? Your dad continues to play, is in the band and everything, and like, do you want to become a musician when you're a child? Like, what happens with you?
Actually, when I was learning dancing, I was always studying my career. I am chef. This is my first career,
You
and then
a cook, a chef?
yes, yes,
Oh, that's
exactly.
awesome, bro. Okay, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, that was my first career. And then I decided to do administration with tourism, and I was studying there. But always I was dancing. I was like in schools, in competitions. I was always doing something with dancing. Always, always I was doing something with dancing. Competitions, performances. I was in 3 different teams. I was always there. So I was like building my future in the university, but at the same time I was dancing. So I was always thinking about, okay, I am gonna work as a chef. I want to have my restaurant,
Yeah,
those
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
But of course, the life can turn very fast. It was yeah something very interesting, very interesting.
Okay, okay. And so, if I'm not mistaken, were you were 18 when you started dancing professionally? Is that correct? 2008.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
2008. Yes.
And so, I guess what made you want to pursue? What made you do dancing instead of I guess the tourism or the chef, man? What made you click?
Okay, I was living in Mexico before. I have already 3 years in Germany, but before I was living in Mexico, and in these 3 years when I changed country, it was like something very crazy because I went to Mexico for holidays, and then in the last day I decided to stay there because it was awesome country. I got opportunities for teaching.
Ah,
So yes, somebody told me, yeah, you can stay here, you can teach in my school, blah 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 blah. And I said, okay, I'm very young, why not? New experience for my life, why not? Then I started teaching there in Mexico. Then in one point I stopped teaching and I started working as a chef. So I had a small
ah,
company for catering and stuff. So I was working with that. But I was always going to dance, always to the congresses, always teaching a little bit here and there somewhere. So I got a big opportunity to lead a dance school. So I had a dance school in Mexico, and I had it for around 1 year. So it was there in this moment when I said, okay, I could have never thought about it, but now I know that I can make business, work, and at the same time dance. So that's
yeah,
perfect. That's
yeah,
completely perfect. And I said, okay, it was the moment when my life, this click, and I said, okay, why not? I am doing business, I am working, and at the same time I'm dancing. So it cannot be more perfect.
yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm curious, man. Tell me about your transition to Mexico, man. You know, I guess like what brought you there, and what was it like living there, man?
Okay, I was in Cuba in 2012. Yeah, if I don't forget it. Yeah, 2012. I was in Cuba, and then I met a Mexican girl, and she told me, if you come to Mexico, you can stay at my place, blah, blah, blah. And say, yes, why not? I go there for holidays, amazing place, Mexico. I always wanted to go to Mexico. My mom was just 2 or 3 months before me in Mexico. She was there.
Ah,
She was,
okay.
yeah, you have to go, you have to go. And then yes, I went for holidays. And when I was there, it was like amazing place. The culture is beautiful. The people are beautiful. It's very awesome place to live. One,
Yeah,
yeah, and I got the opportunity. I said, okay, why not?
yeah, that's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And what were you doing in Cuba? I'm curious, man.
I was in a salsa congress
Oh,
in
okay,
Baila en
okay.
Cuba. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Hey guys, if you could leave a like and subscribe and share this with the people, that would mean the world to me and my channel. I really would appreciate that. But let's just jump right back into this episode. That's all good. I'm curious, man. I guess how important, or I guess yeah, how important is it to go to I guess congresses and everything to learn?
About what? Sorry.
I guess how important or how helpful is a dance congress when it comes to learning dancing? Is it could you just go to your local teachers, or is it kind of required to go to a dance congress to learn?
No, for me, to learning is one of the most important part of dancing. So I am not just going to congresses or classes. I am always reading, looking for information, books about the story of the dance, about the culture, the background, what is behind of everything that I am doing. Because I am teacher, so I have to deliver to my students.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
to. I don't. For me, it's almost impossible to teach them just steps. I have to teach them the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing because like this, they really can dance, because one step, it doesn't mean just dancing. No, one step is full of story, full of many things. So for me, it's very important to have a lot of information of what I am doing to tell my students this and you do it because of this and it comes from
Mm.
this and we're doing this because of this. So it's always very important for me to have the information about it. So I don't teach anything that I at least don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
yeah. That
I'm
for me is
curious,
very
man.
important.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me, man, going back to when you were in Mexico and you
Uh-huh.
first started learning to teach, man, tell me, what was it like, learning to teach? What was that
O-
like?
yeah, I started actually in Venezuela
Oh,
because I
okay.
was always in the dance school, and my teachers sometimes they asked me for teaching, for leading the small groups. So
Mm.
I said, okay, why not? It could be easy. But I didn't have any idea till I was in Mexico. So when I was in
Oh.
Mexico and I started teaching, it was something very interesting because the culture in Mexico is different than in Venezuela. We're of course Latin America, but the culture is a little bit different. So I had to learn how to teach this culture because they can think sometimes a little bit different than in Venezuela. In Venezuela, I can tell one dancer, let's do this, and this person understand very well what I want, you know? But when I started teaching in Mexico, it was different because there were people that they haven't danced never in their life. They wanted to learn.
Right.
So it was very, very interesting that also when I was living in Venezuela, um, my mom was studying to be a teacher. She's nurse, but she was studying to be a teacher. So I was always with her in the classes. So I learned some techniques about how to teach. And
Ah.
I was using that in Mexico. Also in Mexico, I made a certificate in neurolinguistic programmation. It's like how it's connect the body with the language, you know, because we about the body language. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So I learned a lot there about the human behavior and how to treat people, how to tell them, to make them understand something, because there are many ways of learning. So
Right, of
this is the
course.
first thing we have to learn as a teachers, how to teach.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm curious, man. Um, could you put into words, I guess, the differences in culture between Venezuela and Mexico? Like, what was different?
Venezuela and Mexico.
Yeah.
In Venezuela, I think we have more mixed with the black people from Africa because the colonization, which, and it's bigger than in Mexico. Mexico, the mix was not like that. They were just like Indians plus Spanish people. And in Venezuela, we had more that. And also, my family had also this background, these roots, the African roots. So I think this is very important because all the mix, all the music that we're dancing now, Latin rhythms, is a mix of this.
Right, right,
So
exactly.
yes, Mexico, they have it, but in a different way, but not exactly like in Venezuela. I would say Venezuela has more these earthy rhythms.
Mm.
We are more connected with the earth, with the floor, I would say.
Okay.
And it's this spicy dancing, always you know what I mean. Yeah, in
Yeah.
Mexico was different. The people
Okay.
are more respectful. They dance a little bit not that close like in Venezuela. We dance very close, with a lot of body contact. In Mexico was not like that, so it was like try to understand that.
Yeah, that's difficult, man. I definitely understand that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm curious, man. Going back to I guess 2008 when you I guess become a professional dancer, right? It becomes full
Uh-huh.
time, man. What were you doing at that time? Like, were you just taking classes or were you teaching? What happened in 2008?
I was in a team.
Oh,
I
okay,
was in a
okay.
team, yes, in a small team because I was part of the church. Because my mom used to go a lot to the church, so I joined her, and I was like in the team of the kids, and they had sometimes like events. So I start in these events. We were performing a small team. We were dancing a little bit of everything. So I started like this. Then I had like few months, and I said, okay, I go to the school to learn properly because I fall
Ah.
in love, of course.
And tell me about that process, man. When you went to that school to learn properly. One, where did you go? And two, what was that like, man?
It was interesting also because I was with my cousins and my sister in a party. We were just in a party in a new bar that just opened in that moment, and then somebody saw me and invited me to the dance school.
Mm.
And because we were like having fun, just dancing, and then this person came to us. He was dancing with my sister, with my cousins, and then yeah, he invited me to join the dance school. And I and I it was like Saturday, and the next Saturday I was there. Yeah.
What was the name of that dance school?
It was Sabor Latino.
Okay, okay. And who
Yeah, I
was the
remember.
director? Hey, who was the director? You know that?
Johnny Teran was the
Okay.
director.
Hey,
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
tell me, man, what was that training process like? What was that like?
At the beginning, I was like a little bit lost, but there were steps that I had already. I
Okay.
had it in my body, so I just had to put a structure, to put time in, to put like yeah, to put the structure, I would say. And and then it was like, don't think about it. I was always enjoying what I was doing, always enjoying it,
That's
always
awesome.
enjoying
That's
it.
awesome.
Yes, always. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And,
Yes, yes.
and so let me ask you this, man. I guess at that time, it was you probably ran into some difficult times or troubles learning some things, right? What what made you keep going? Like, why did you not give up when you ran into those obstacles?
What I think that connection that I have with the dance through my parents. Sometimes I have to be honest. Sometimes I am full, really, really busy that I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna give up. But and then I just hear music and it's like, no, I won't. Or I will just watch one video. No, I won't give up, and I go back. Yeah, sometimes because it's like a lot of stress, a lot of stuff to do, and the life sometimes goes very crazy. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm so tired. I would like to have a 8 hours job, But when I think about it, then it's like, no, no. This is what I love. This is really what I love. And what I told you, is the connection that I have with my roots, with my parents, with Venezuela, with that keeps me always.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I definitely understand that, man.
yeah,
And
yeah.
s- and so let's talk about this, man. I guess you're living in Mexico City. We're just jumping back and forth. I apologize, but
Yeah, yeah.
you're living in Mexico City. You're teaching full time and everything. And I guess at what point do you move to Berlin? Like, what makes you move to Berlin, or what happens after Mexico?
Okay, I had a trip with a very important person for me to Europe. So it was a trip that it was very spontaneous, and then at the last moment this person told me, no, I cannot go, but I said, okay, I will go, I will take it, because it was like holidays in that moment, summer, so I said, okay, I will take it, I will go to to Europe. And then I was here, I was in France, Italy, I was just traveling a little bit here, there, blah blah blah. And when I was in Venice, a friend of mine asked me, when are you coming to Berlin? And I said, okay, I have not I have no plans, because I decided to not make any plan in here in Europe. I just was like random here and there, something very spontaneous. I wanted to do it like this. And
Yeah.
then she told me, yeah, when are you coming? And I met her in Mexico, and I said, okay, tomorrow. And she was, what? Crazy? That's crazy, really? If you're there, how can you come tomorrow? Yeah, why not? And I just took the first bus, and it was like 20 hours, I remember,
Oh my
because no flight.
goodness.
Yeah,
Oh
no flights,
wow.
no train, no anything, just this bus. So I took it, and then I was here in Berlin. And the first day I was with her, with my friend. She showed me a little bit the city, blah blah blah. She was working also. And then the first day that I was here in Berlin, I was just sitting somewhere in a cafe, watching the buildings, just enjoying the moment. And I said, like, oh my god, I would love to wake up every day in one of those windows.
Hey.
And it was like, boom, this click. And I said, oh my goodness, I have everything in Mexico. I had one company, for I was working with the catering, with the chef stuff. It was going super, super, super good, really, really good. I had very, very good. I mean, I was getting a lot of money also. So the same day that I took my flight to Europe, I got a job offer, and they were waiting for me. This company, they were waiting for me, because I said, okay, I'm gonna go a few weeks to Europe, and then when I come back, I will work with you for sure. And then they were waiting for me, so I would have had in that moment very, very nice life in Mexico.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had everything there, and then I don't know, it was something the life. I don't know. I just one Friday, I remember, I called my mom, and I said, my mom, like, I am thinking of staying in Germany. What? It's like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Blah blah blah. I said, no, something is telling me that I should stay here. I don't know what, but yeah, I know that I have everything in Mexico. My life completely, my whole life was in Mexico, and I was like, no, but the city, the country, it's like everything in one moment, one place. So something is telling me that I should do something here. So I said, okay, I know I have not enough money for moving now because you have to rent a place.
Right,
I didn't
right,
have any job, anything. I had to start from zero, completely from
right,
zero.
right.
And I said, okay. And then my friend asked me, like, where were we? Yeah, when I decided to stay here. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then my friend, she had an apartment here. She told me like, okay, I go to Portugal for 1 week, and you can stay in my apartment that week. But when I am back, of course, I need my place.
Of
And I
course.
said, okay, I have 1 week for finding a job, finding a place to live. Okay, let's do it.
Wow.
And I made it. Yes, yeah.
I got a couple questions, man. But I guess what I want to start. What what made you leave? Or not, I guess what made you? You were able to listen to yourself, man, and you left all that comfort in Mexico City, bro. Um, that's very like inspiring, I guess you know what I'm saying? Because it's very difficult to leave that comfort and start over in a new city, man.
Yes,
So
yes.
I guess what made you like how are you able to listen to yourself and give that up, man? Like what does that come from?
I, actually, it's something that I cannot describe. I really cannot describe. I just knew that something was telling me you have many opportunities here in this city, because I went to a salsa party, of course, in one of those days, and I met amazing people, and they told me, yeah, we need dancers here, blah 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 blah, and but it is something that it wouldn't make you move to a city. It's something not that strong. Like if you get a job, for example, and it was just the spirit of the city. Plus, I am very ambitious, so I always go big. I have a
Yeah.
very very good friend here. She's from Spain, and she told me something once that it changed my life. Also, she told me, "Go big or go home."
Hey, hey, hey.
And I am exactly like this. I have been always like this. So I said, okay, here I'm gonna have more opportunities. Why not? Why not? I know that it's gonna be very hard, the way, because I have to build everything again from zero.
Right,
Of
right.
course, I was scared. I was skeptical. So I was like, oh my god, I don't know
Yeah.
anybody in the city. Anybody. I just had this friend, one friend here, and that's it. But I said, okay, I will make it. Somehow I will make it. Also, at that moment, I did not speak any English. I learned English here by
Okay.
heart. I did not speak German, so I had to learn everything at the same time. And I said, okay, I will make it. I don't know how, but I will make it. I will make
Hey.
it. Always that in my head. I will make it. I will make it. And I always say we have two ways of living the life, or the way where you enjoy what you are doing in order to get the goal, or you just complain and complain, and you are going to be always disappointed, you're going to be always sad, you're going to be always or angry, with the life. And I said, okay, take the other way. If I can enjoy the hard way, I know it's hard, and we have to be strong, but I will enjoy that. If I am sad, I enjoy my sadness. If I miss my country, I enjoy that, because we are humans, and we means we're angry, we're sad sometimes, we're happy. So we have to learn, I think, how to enjoy the feelings and not
Mm.
fight with them.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
intense, man. I'm
yeah.
curious,
So
man.
just like,
How difficult was I guess that language barrier? Does anyone in Berlin speak Spanish at all? Like, or was it strictly English and German?
almost like this. Of course, there are many people who speak Spanish. Of course, there are many.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. There are many people, but it was yeah. Of course, it was difficult, because I remember in the supermarket 20 minutes to buy a pasta. You know. It was, oh my god, I cannot translate because it was in German, and
Mm.
if I did not speak English, even less German. That is
Yeah.
a bit more complicated, but it's like you have to do it. Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to do it.
You
Yeah,
kept saying, I'm gonna do this, and I guess that optimism that you had, it really helped out. I know.
yeah, yeah.
Tell me, man. I guess how was your German? Are you fluent in German now or what?
Yeah.
Oh
Ich kann
wow,
ein bisschen.
so you can speak German.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
that's you can
I do.
speak it
I
enough to
mean, it's
get
not
by.
perfect, but I try my best.
That's awesome, bro. That's so
Yeah,
amazing,
I try
dude.
my best because
And
in one moment I was working hard and I said, okay, I have to study German. I have to learn because I am in Germany.
yeah.
It makes sense, you know. And also, I am very grateful with the country. So I said, if I live here, I have to give back something to Germany, you know, because I am very grateful with the country. At least I have to speak the language.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
so
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
I say your English is very good, man.
No, I try my best. I always
No,
try my best.
no, but puedes entender, man. So está bien. So
Sí,
you,
exactamente.
yeah, yeah. It's like yo puedo hablar español, pero no puedo entender. No tengo los oídos para eso. And that's just like that's my problem with Spanish. I can speak it, but when I'm listening, man, it's like oh my goodness, it's demasiado.
No, yeah, I work in English. I work
Oh, okay.
half in English and half in German. So my everyday life is in German because everything in Germany works in German.
Right, right, right.
Um, I teach in English because my classes are always very international. And I have my family here, so I speak Spanish with them. So sometimes I am like very tired because it's like switching language
Yeah,
every three
that's
seconds.
awesome though, man. That's so cool. So hold on, you flew yeah, you flew your whole family out with you, your mom and dad or what?
Yeah, now my mom has already 1 year in Berlin. My father and my sister, they had just 2 months.
Ah, and so
I think the ambulance is coming again. Oh my god.
okay.
Yeah, it's gone. Right there.
Okay, I was gonna say and so how are they how is your sister and dad, how are they coping in Germany? They're learning the language as well, right?
Yeah, they are learning also the language, and they love the city. They love living here also. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome, man. That's really cool. And,
Yeah.
and so I guess you were able to fly them out. I guess your business, your lifestyle was able to afford to fly them out and live with you.
I mean, the life in Germany is not difficult life. I mean, you have to work hard, of course, but
Mm.
that's normal. That's part of the life. It's not difficult the life. Many people helps you here, so you don't need to be rich to bring your family here because
Hey.
the people help you a lot. A lot. Germans are awesome people. They help many, many, many people, and they are very it's like they understand your situation. They try to understand your situation and they try to help you. So for me, of course, my life is going great. Of course, it's going great. But I would say that without the German help, also it wouldn't be that easy as is now. My
Yeah.
mom is also working, so we can make it, of course. And I always
Okay.
have this belief in, of course, we can make it.
Yeah, that's a great mindset to have, man. That's a really good mindset. I'm curious, man. So are you currently teaching in Germany? Like, do you have a school and a team? Like, what are you doing in Germany right now?
Yeah, I am teaching from Monday to Thursdays, and I teach 3 hours every day. But this is just the teaching because, of course, I have my own training and stuff. So I teach from Monday to Thursday. I have a dance company. I have a project for people who are not a professional, but they want to dance, they want to perform, and I have the open classes. Yeah,
Okay, that's awesome, man. That's really
yeah,
cool, bro. So you're really working. I'm
yeah, yeah,
curious.
yeah, a lot.
Yeah, I know you're busy, man. I'm curious, man. You said you have your own training. What is your training like?
In front of the mirror, trying to understand myself, try to put what I feel into the steps, what I feel into what I want to show, you know, because I really respect the stage. So when I go to the stage, I don't like to go with something. I don't like to go with something that is just few steps. I don't
Mm,
like that. If I go
yeah.
to the stage, I have to deliver because at just one person there is very important. This person is there to look to watch your show. You know, that's very very important. So um, when I train, I am always, of course, thinking about that. Like, I have to understand myself. I have to put my real feelings into it. Just don't do it just because I have to, because I want to, because I feel it. And then when I go to the performance, of course, the you can see that in the performances when the dancers are doing it from the real feeling, you know, and not
Yeah.
just because they have to work. So
Mm.
this is my training. Focus on that. Focus on understand myself in order to deliver the best of I can. You know.
Yeah. Okay. And so your training, I guess, is just solo, right? It's just you in the mirror.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay,
I do
man.
it
That's
myself. Or sometimes my father is somewhere over there, and I call my father or my mother, and I ask a little bit because
ah
they are like they don't know about anything, but they know everything at the same time. You know,
yeah.
because they have no idea how to make a sushi cue, but they don't even know what is a sushi cue. But if they watch me dancing, they know if something is not working well. They know that it's not connect with something. So they are very honest to me. So their opinion is for me like the most important opinion ever, because if they feel something that they don't know about dance, you know, if they feel something, then imagine the people who knows about dancing.
mm. I think that's really cool how you do that, man. Cause it's you and your family, man, and so it's like a two-part thing. Cause one part you being like authentic to yourself, and it's like a second part where you bring your family in, and they know, that they know that Venezuelan like heritage, that authentic, I guess dance, man. So if it
Yeah,
resonates
yeah.
with them, you're being authentic to the people who came before you as well as yourself, man.
Yeah, yeah, that's for me. It's awesome. It's so inspiring every day when I hear the music. I mean, when I hear music, every song has a story behind all the songs. So I have always one experience connect to this song.
Mm.
So I always, for example, this song it reminds my mom, this one to my father, this one my sister. You know,
Yeah.
it's yeah,
Yeah, I think that's something that like a lot of advanced dancers do. The music dictates everything, man. So when you're able to connect to the music, man, you know what I'm saying. I think that's taking the dance to like a whole nother level, in my opinion.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Definitely,
Of
man.
course.
I want to
Yeah.
ask you this, man. Well, let me ask you this first. How is there a big Latin scene in Germany, and like how many Latin instructors are there? Like, is there a big competition, or like are you one of the only few right now? What?
In Berlin, it's not big. There are
Mm.
just few dancers that they are professional. They work with it. They work like kind of full time with dancing. In Germany, in general, also there are not many people who dances salsa, bachata. Here
Mm.
is more ballroom. It's a little bit
Oh,
more
right.
ballroom.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we have a lot of people in the classes which come from ballroom. So we have a lot of that. It's not like in Italy. In Italy, there are more dancers.
Right.
But I would say that it's kind of difficult, of course, to get students because some Germans are like, oh my god, I cannot move like this. So
Ah.
I will be I won't be never able to do this, you know. So sometimes it's a bit difficult, but I would say Germans are great students. They when
Mm.
they decided to learn, when they decide to learn, they really do it. They go for it, and that's very good because you need a lot of sacrifice
Yeah.
to dance.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
curious,
they
man.
go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. How difficult is it to run a business, man? Are you? Is it very difficult? Are you able to keep a good student base? Is it difficult?
I mean, all the starts are always they are not easy. I
Mm.
would say
At the
they
beginning,
are not
of
easy. You have to work hard. You have
course.
to keep doing a lot. Believe in yourself. Believe what you want. Believe in your goals. You have to always keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's not difficult if you love it. I would say if you love what you are doing, it's not real. Nah, it's not really difficult. And also you find people. I mean, I am in a city with 3 millions of
It's,
inhabitants,
it's
so
it's enough people. It's enough
yeah, yeah,
people.
of course, of course. You just need to believe in yourself and believe what you are doing, and yeah,
Mm. I'm curious,
it's
man.
not difficult.
How are you advertising your school, man? Are you doing performances? Like, are you handing out flyers? How are you advertising yourself?
Everything I can.
Yeah, yeah, sure enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I have been in the street with the flyers. I go to all the salsa parties here when I can.
Nice.
I
Okay.
try to go when I am in Berlin. I always try to go to the parties, and then of course people watch you, people ask
Yeah.
for the classes. Yeah, yeah.
That's
And of
awesome,
course,
man.
Facebook and Instagram, they are like
Mhm.
your business card of this
Of course, of
heated
course.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely understand that, man. Let me ask you this, man. You've been dancing for quite a long time, man. What are some lessons that you learned from dancing that you're able to translate to your everyday life?
Again, can you repeat it?
Yeah, yeah. I said, what are some lessons that you've learned from dancing? That you're able to use in your everyday life.
Oh, a lot, a
Oh,
lot.
please tell me, please.
Yeah, yeah, of course. One of them is, I think, is one of the most important one is be patient.
Mm,
Yes, don't rush the life. Don't rush the life. This
yeah.
is one of the most important thing. I think one of the biggest lessons because I used to rush the life when I was younger. I wanted to have everything fast. I was always going super fast, running, running, running. And when you run, you don't enjoy the way
Mm,
and you don't have the opportunity to learn. You can learn, but not a lot, you know? You cannot learn everything. So, one of, yeah, yeah, I would say not rushing the life. As I said, my students, when we are dancing social or something or in a choreo, and I am watching you or I am dancing with you, for me, it's more important that you give me a very nice basic, full of flavor, full of emotion, that than you are giving me thousand turns and jumping and
mm.
tricks and
Yeah, I
stuff, you
guess you.
know?
Yeah, yeah,
Give
entiendo.
me one nice basic and I'm gonna be happy forever, you know? This is, I think, one of the biggest lessons. Yeah, being patient, don't rush the life, and of course, love what you do. Of course, love everything you do. Go for it. Don't. I mean, sometimes we can doubt, like, oh, should I or not? But love it anyway. Love everything you do as much as you can,
Yeah.
and the to appreciate my roots. I would say the third one, appreciate my roots because I'm very, very, very grateful from where I am. I know that I did not decide to born in Venezuela, to born in that family,
Right,
but
right,
I
right.
am very, very grateful anyway. And I am always saying thank you to whoever I have to say thank you to. Yeah, because I was born in that family. I was born with these parents. I was born in this city, in this neighborhood. My neighborhood also teach me many things. Yeah, yeah,
I definitely understand that, man. I definitely
yeah.
do. I was gonna say something. Shucks. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say, man. Damn. All right, all right, we'll just go on to the next one. I'm sorry, man. Shucks.
No, fine.
Um, so I guess at this point in your life, man, how would you define success, man?
My success, how I would say, I feel already with a lot of success because I enjoy a lot. And in this yeah, in this moment of my life, I know that I have many things to do. I have to work a lot. I still need to do many, many, many things because I want more. I want more, 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 of
Right,
course.
right, right.
But I would say that the success I have it every day because I just wake up and I can dance. I can enjoy my family.
Yeah,
I am just breathing, enjoying the life. I mean, it could be we could be in winter, but anyway, I enjoy the snow. You know, this is success for me when you realize that you have many things to love, many things to appreciate. You know, that's for me success.
that's awesome, man. I
Yeah.
can. I really like that, man. I can tell that you're very, you're very appreciative of what you've been given, man, which is an amazing outlook on life, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I really do it.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. I think I remember what I was gonna ask you, man. Can you? I want to get some advice, some hints and tips on dancing, man. So for myself and others who are leaders, they're leaders in the dance, man. How can we improve upon becoming a better leader and also connecting better with our partners. What are some hints you have for that?
Understanding first what is being a follower, I would say,
Mm.
because if you are not in this position as a follower, you don't know exactly if you have to be a little bit harder or softer or weak, or so I think something that could help a lot of leaders is maybe trying to be a follower sometimes, I
Mm.
would say. Yeah, because I see that I can understand the game. I understand the game, of course, what is being follower leader, because it comes from the culture and stuff.
Right,
Also,
right,
we
right.
do it like in the everyday when you're flirting with somebody. I always say my students, when you are dancing with somebody, it's like flirting.
Of
You know,
course, of
it's
course.
always like this. You have to be soft at the beginning, then you go crazy, then you can be soft again. Always this game. But I have, as I told you before, I have one of the biggest example in my life, which are my parents, my mom and my father. And if I watch their relationship, is sometimes one is follower, sometimes one is leader. So, and I can see how their relationship works very well with that way of living. So for me, I would say sometimes if you are in the other side, you understand and you can improve. You can be softer and you can be better leader, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And let me ask you this, man. Well, let me say this first. Going back to, being a leader and learning how to follow. You're not the first person to say that, but like I definitely agree with that. Cuz when you learn how to do the opposite, you understand, I guess, what is a good lead, what's a bad lead, and you
Yes,
understand how
yes,
to do it properly.
yes,
So I
yes, yes.
definitely understand that, man. I definitely
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I do it because I have to, when I teach my
Especially as
girls,
a
the girls,
teacher, especially, yeah,
yeah,
especially as a teacher, you have to know both, right?
yeah. I have now I have my dance company, but also I have a girls team, a team just for girls.
Okay.
So I have to teach them, and I was always wondering, can I do it? Yes, of course. I have my biggest example, which is my mom. So how she is, how she behaves. She's for me, she's one of the most wonderful women in my life. So I take always this example and I put inside the structure of dancing, the structure part. I put it with my mom's feelings, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, yeah. If you understand that, I think it's not difficult to teach girls. You need first to be in their side to talk with them and ask, what do you want? How do you want it?
I want to ask you this, man. And I don't know if you can answer this, man, but I'll say even for myself, man. And I live in America, man, so it might be different than what you're used to, but it's kind of hard, and there's a stigma for a male, you know, learning to follow, man. I guess, and kind of more so tapping into maybe the feminine side. I don't know how you would say it, man. What advice could you tell? I guess myself, man, when I'm nervous to follow, man. And be less leading. How can you help me with that?
I think everything comes from your self confidence. If you know
Okay.
yourself, you can do whatever you want.
Mm.
It's
Okay.
like I don't know if you will edit it, but I would say you don't give a shit. You know who you are.
Yeah. Okay. Sure enough.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I know in Venezuela it's very, very. I mean, just being a dancer as a male is very difficult first
Mhm.
because you have like here, boom, you're gay. Directly, boom.
Okay.
And imagine being a follower. It's like you are dead for the culture, for the society. You are dead. But
Mm.
I had always this way of thinking because I learned that from my parents also and from myself that I know who I am, so I can do whatever I want, and this is not gonna say who I am. So just like that.
Yeah. So it's pretty much not caring what other people think then, right?
Yeah,
So
and
is that
also I had one director in Venezuela in one of the teams that I was, and he was follower. He also made competitions, international competitions in same gender category, and he was like a great follower. So I learned a lot from him because I remember we were in the parties and we were just having fun. I was leading him or somebody else, and the people came to say, no, you cannot do this here. And it's like, what? But nothing happened, you know? No, you just cannot do this. Oh, okay. So we had that experiences in Venezuela, and of course I saw that, and it was, oh my god, that's impossible.
Wait,
That's
wait, hold on.
unbelievable.
Wait, they were saying you couldn't follow. What were they saying?
You cannot dance two men together.
Oh, they wouldn't even let you.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Okay.
It was crazy. But in that moment, I was living in here in Germany, and also in Mexico, it's completely different. I mean, in Europe and in Mexico, it's completely different than in Venezuela.
Mm.
Is you can do it and nothing
Yeah.
happens. You know.
Okay. All right. So I didn't know. So is Venezuela? Is it kind of like very muchísimo? Is that kind of how it is?
Yeah, I would say there is a lot. I mean, not many people, but a lot. Yeah,
Okay. All right. So
yeah,
I didn't know it was like that, man.
yeah. But as I told you, I come from a very different family, and my family. I mean, my family. I say my father, my mother, my sister.
Uh huh.
They are very atypical family.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they are very
Okay.
atypical because they are like do what makes you happy.
Hey, that's great, man.
After all,
That's
after all.
awesome. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Um, I wanna get back to that first question I asked you, man. Could you
Uh-huh.
we talked about the leads. Could you give me some advice for some follows? How can I guess how can a follow maybe connect better with their partner, as well as maybe just some tips on following better, improving their follow.
I would say is exactly what I say, my girls, that nothing is gonna happen if the leader is not good. I mean, if the leader is too crazy or too hard to follow, nothing is gonna happen. You are gonna survive these 3 or 4 minutes of the song. You are gonna always survive. But in order to improve the following, you need to exactly the same self confidence.
Mm.
Is very important to have it. Also, being in the situation of the guy, have to think about leading and dancing at the same time. You know,
Right,
it's very
right.
difficult also. So for the girls, I always tell them, you have to be you have to be sexy, of course, because if I dance with a girl who is not sexy, it's like a bit, you know. You have to, and also it's this game, you know, you need to have this game always, because I have students, they are beginners, but they are just enjoying what they are doing. They are not rushing, they are just enjoying, you know, and then everything works, because of course there are many girls that they want to lead themselves to do stuff, but I always say that whatever the guy wants to do, you always can shine. If you follow
Okay.
well, you can
Yeah.
shine better.
Sure enough.
Yeah. It's just relax, enjoy. Nothing is gonna happen. Nobody's gonna die.
Mm.
Even if you are a beginner, you know,
Yeah.
just again the same thing. Don't give a shit and do it.
Hey. All
Enjoy,
right.
enjoy.
Well, okay. Okay. So let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you this, because it's very easy to say don't give a shit, right? But what you're saying is, become self confident. Become confident, or yeah, confident with yourself, man. Can you give me any like practical advice, something people can do to become confident in themselves, and not give a shit? Is there anything we can do?
I would say yes. I think it is very important to look at you at the mirror or to go somewhere and talk to you inside you and discover who you are.
Mm.
You know what I want to do. That's very important. Of course, and at the same time for dancers, learn a lot. Learn as much as you can. If you learn a lot, you will have a lot of knowledge that you can always apply, and that's gonna give you more confidence to I know how to do it. You know, but the most important I would say is understand yourself first. Understand yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
who I am, you know, what I want, how I
I d-
want to move. Also,
yeah.
uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely understand that, man. Let me ask you this, man. For people who are, beginners in a dance, and they feel like they might be stuck in like a rut, like they're not getting better. What advice could you give them, man?
Relax, trying to find always or music or places that you enjoy, people that you enjoy to be with. That's very important because I know it could be sometimes very difficult for the beginners, and I can see it here in Germany because there are many shy people that are very
Mm.
shy to go to parties. It's not super easy going like in Venezuela. Everybody dance with everybody, and that's it.
Ah,
Um, Little by little you will get it, but I would say try to find people, friends, or places that you like or music that you like. And I always tell the advanced people that dance with them, but don't dance crazy, just dance something easy for them, and then they, okay, I can dance something, they
yeah,
start
yeah,
enjoying
yeah,
it,
yeah. Sure enough.
that's very important. That's why I set my team always dance with everybody as much as you can. And I make one party here. I have one salsa party in Berlin once a month. And my team, when they are not performers, they are taxi dancers.
Oh,
So
nice.
they have to dance with everybody who's there.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, because I can understand that the culture is different, and people here are more shy, not like in Venezuela or in other countries that they don't care. They just ask somebody to dance. But here, I can understand that. That's why I want to help, to develop that, to make people feel comfortable. This is very important for me. When I make one party here, I always think about I want to do it as I could be at home,
Hmm.
to make feel everybody at home, that
Yeah.
everybody is very welcome, um, more than welcome, and I to talk with the people. How are you? Who you are? What's your name? I always do that. Well, I am always super busy, but I try to do it, to talk with the people, to go to them. It's like, how are you? Feel like at home. Yeah, I think that's very important for the people, to feel. Of course, everybody wants to feel good,
Of course, of course.
and you
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
teacher.
It's kind of like your job. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, man. For people who are intermediate
Hmm.
and they want to get to that advanced level, what does it take for them to get there?
Keep learning a lot, and always, I know it's very difficult to avoid the ego, because when you are
Right, right,
getting good
right.
level, it's like, I know because I had it in one moment in my life. Of course, I had very good level, and I went to the party like I'm the king here. I can do everything, I know that. Keep learning as much as you can, and if you get that point that you are very good, you are not advanced, but you are very good. Be careful, enjoy it, of course, enjoy your level, enjoy what you know, show what you know, but always be careful if it disturbs somebody else, for example, your partner. If
Yeah.
that's very important for me.
Let me
So,
ask you.
yeah,
Let me ask
sorry.
you this, man. Going back to what you were. Can you give me any tips
Uh-huh.
on combating your ego? Like when you get to a certain level and you feel like like you're the man, you're the king. Uh, what can we do to I guess maybe help prevent that or have that not happen? Is there anything we can do?
Of course, the teacher can do something. The teacher is,
Mm.
I mean, the students are always watching the teacher,
Uh-huh.
are following the teacher. So as a teacher, I all yeah, for me, I always do it. I tell my students that, like, when you have a good level, enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it, but don't forget that you were a beginner once, so
Mm.
you don't want somebody crazy next to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say so.
So just trying to remember that you were a beginner at one point. Now, I understand that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Let me ask you this, man. Can you give me one tip
Uh-huh.
that can make anyone a better dancer immediately?
Hard.
Okay. And what you mean by that? What you mean by hard?
Feeling first and then dancing.
Mm,
Feeling first and then thinking.
okay.
Of course, it's important to think, but for dancing, I would say so. Feeling is the most important thing. When you connect with the music, when you connect with your body, with your movements, is the moment that you can be yourself, and you, in the moment that you are free, you have this freedom of dancing, and you are just showing who you are without limits. Uh, yeah, it comes from always from the feelings, from what you are feeling. If you are not confident, if you are scared, use it
Yeah,
for dancing.
you know. Okay.
Yeah. If you are not, I mean, sometimes there are music for me that I hear it and it's like, oh, it makes me sad because experience of the lyric.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
use it for dancing. Use your
Mm.
feelings, use who you are first. Of course, we have to learn from many people. We have to get inspiration, but use who you are, and then this is gonna make you explode like crazy. Yeah.
Okay. Show enough, man. That's awesome, dude. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I guess, man, I wanna thank you, Eloy, for taking time out your day to talk to me, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really do appreciate that, man. And
Yeah.
I really enjoy talking to you, bro. I can tell you're
Thank you so much. Me too.
oh yeah, I can tell you're very passionate, man. You love what you're doing, man, which is so amazing. And you're very, appreciative of life, man. So I definitely appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. My pleasure.
Yeah, yeah, man. I found you, man. I found you on Instagram, man. And I've seen you dance, bro. You're a very good dancer, bro. You are excellent, bro.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Of
much. Yeah.
course, man. Of course, man. So real
Everything
quick.
I do it with heart, with my. As I told you, go big or go home. I always go
Yeah,
big.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can tell, bro. I definitely can tell, man. Real quick, man. Tell me, what are some of the upcoming events you have going on in your life, man? What's next for you?
And next, this Wednesday, I'm flying to Croatia to the
Ah,
summer festival.
hey,
Now I'm just gonna enjoy. I'm just gonna dance. I am not performing. I am not
okay.
teaching. This is the first. I'm gonna be there for 1 week. Then I am back in Berlin. I have a performance here in a mall, in a shopping mall. I'm
Okay.
performing. Yeah, I am performing there with my company. Then we go to Hamburg Salsa Festival. We're performing there also. What next? I have to check my calendar. But this is
That's
the
good.
next 3 weekends are
Yeah.
those. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And real quick, man, you said you're teaching Monday through Thursdays out. Where are you teaching at and what times?
I teach from 6 to 9 p.m. So I have 1.5 hour of one class and 1.5 hour of the other class.
Okay.
So it's 3 hours from 6 to 9 p.m.
And what do you teach at? Donde?
I have a dance studio.
Okay, okay, okay. So what's
Yeah.
the name of it?
So
What's the name?
it's my name
Okay, okay,
to make
showing
it
up.
easy.
Hey, showing up. I understand. That's
Yeah,
awesome,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
And I guess one more thing, man. For people, how can people reach out to you, man? How can they get in contact with you?
yeah. My website, which is my Instagram, there is my name also, Eloy Rojas with the J in between because it's my second name.
Mm.
There is a formula. My phone is there. My phone is in my website. In my Instagram, I think also is my phone number. I think my Facebook also. I don't use much Facebook because it's already full. So I just use a bit more my fan page in Facebook. My private Facebook, I don't use much. I just share some stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh huh.
Oh, so yeah, I understand. Keep going. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, and of course, in Berlin, there are flyers everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome, man. So check this out. When I post this online, man, we're gonna make sure I put all your details or your
Uh-huh.
contact information in the details, man.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah. But like I said, Eloy, man, I really do appreciate it, man. I thoroughly enjoyed talking to you, man.
I am too. It was very, very nice.
Yeah.
Also because I can talk about me and it's like, oh my god, that's who I
Yeah,
am.
exactly. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy, and I enjoy listening, man.
Yeah, thank you so
But yeah,
much.
like I said, man, Eli, I really enjoy it, man. I want to say this, enjoy the rest of your day, Eli.
Yeah, you too. Thank you so much.
Even no
Thank
doubt,
you.
Eli. Ciao.
Yeah, ciao. Bye.
That's all it is. Hey everyone, if you made it this far to all to the end of the video, I want to thank you so much. Um, my overall goal with making these interviews and these episodes is to give a voice to dancers, to give them a platform to speak their story. So if this is of value to anyone, then that means the world to me. My overall goal is to give value to the dance community. So if you find no value in this, then I urge you to please let me know where I can improve on. I truly want to, just uh, give value and content to the dance community. So please let me know how I can improve, where I'm messing up, because to be 100% honest with you, I'm learning along the way as I do this. I truly am. So to be able to interact with the dance community, it means the world to me because it gives me feedback and it lets me know what I'm doing right, where I can improve upon, what I'm doing wrong, which I feel like may be more important. So please, if you all could comment and just let me know what you think, it means the world to me because that feedback just helps me improve. So um, please comment as well. Please like and subscribe. That means a lot as well. But I want to say thank you so much for just watching this because it means the world to me. I want to take you on this journey with Two Left Feet podcast. I'm very excited for it. So once again, thank you so much.